Hello everybody and welcome back to The Huddle with Hud Jackson and Ryan Tow. My name is Ryan Tow. I'm the Assistant Athletic Director for Athletic Communications here at UAM, and I'm once again joined by my co-host Hud Jackson. Coach, how are you?
Doing great. We got cool weather today, so here last week's been real hot, man.
Yeah, it's nice to not be 95.
That's right.
Super sunny outside.
That's right.
Anyways, we have a lot going on here at UAM this week, next week, everything coming up. We've got a whole lot to talk about today.
We do.
First thing we want to talk about, we finished up fall camps this last week. I know football and volleyball have been pretty much going at it since a little before season began.
Yeah.
Or since before school started this Wednesday. So, Coach, can you kind of give me a rundown on how that went for you?
Yeah, well, volleyball, I know that Coach English and her team have been working really, really hard, getting themselves ready for this weekend. For that tri-match they have, but it's fall camp. Most of the time in the fall, you sometimes have volleyball, football, obviously going to come in earlier than the regular student body. Our cheerleaders actually came in early as well this year, and so there's been a lot going on. Since I guess around August 1st, August 2nd, and football coming in August 5th or 6th, whatever that date was. So it's been a very, very tough couple weeks early on. The grind it's real, and the coaches will tell you that, the players will tell you that. For us being outside this past Monday, I think, be honest with you, one of the hottest days that I've ever been associated with as a coach. Our players really felt it, but they've been putting in a lot of hours, which that's what fall camp's about. Trying to get as much from volleyball, football, cheerleading, all of them, their installs, whatever they're going to be going into the season with. So it's been awesome. Been seeing a few people come out to different practices to see us. We had Dr. Doss was actually at practice yesterday to watch our guys a little bit, so that's always great, and she makes her way around to see other sports. So busy time, but exciting time.
Absolutely. And I know that you guys had a scrimmage this past week. Going to be having the green and white game coming up tomorrow on this Friday.
Right.
Is there a difference that you've seen in your athletes going into the scrimmages compared to the practices, or is it just kind of the same intensity for both of them?
Well, during your practices, and I think this is true for all sports, not just for football, but in practices, you're trying to create an environment where everything's moving really fast, so that when game time comes, it sort of slows down a little bit. Mm-hmm. So our practices are pretty intense. I got to watch volleyball a little bit the other day, and Coach English has her team, moving around really fast. So I think that's the goal. For us, football-wise, we had 166 plays, and that includes some of the special teams aspects of it as well. But a lot of plays for our first scrimmage. And Friday night we're gonna maybe cut back a little bit on that. But we still need to see some guys, and just same thing with Coach English. On Saturday, she's looking forward to seeing, where they're at. They probably had some different inter-squad scrimmages as well, but going up against other people is a big thing for them. And so I think it's going to be really important for both our squads, on Friday and Saturday to see exactly where we're at.
Definitely, and I know everybody in this office has been pretty excited about this upcoming weekend, whether it's the green and white game or volleyball tri-match that we have this weekend with University of Arkansas Little Rock and then the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Yeah. It's very cool to see athletes finally get to compete against somebody other than just practicing against themselves. Yeah. So I'm excited. I know you're excited.
Yeah.
But this weekend, we actually, for volleyball, it is going to be it's a big day. Like I said, it's a tri-match. But it's a meet us at the Fieldhouse day, so you can come meet your UAM volleyball players, meet the new coach, meet everybody that's come into the new year, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. Yep. It's very cool to have this opportunity to meet new players as well.
And she has a lot of new faces, and the culture that she has built is tremendous, and we're excited about that. Excited for her and her team. But there's going to be a lot. And the competition is going to be at a really high level as well. So I think, it's going to help them a lot. Here's the thing, and you know this. You're in this office every day, and I'm working from the different ones. But, man, our staff is unreal here. Our athletic staff, everybody does a tremendous job. Katie with compliance has had a lot this week, meeting with every team to go over compliance, with our new front rush software that we're using has been very, very helpful to her. But she's had a busy week. Becky Phillips, who's our faculty athletic rep, has been able to introduce herself. We got a head coaches meeting Monday with all of our sports to sort of kick off the new year and directions. Patrick's been very busy with game day ops. We're doing a little bit tomorrow night with our scrimmage and Saturday with volleyball. So he's been busy. Gary Anna's with our corporate sponsorship. Candace, and you obviously. There's a lot going on, but it's exciting. It's why we do what we do, and we're ready to get this thing rolling. And this week sort of gives us a little bit of a taste of that.
Absolutely. And I know, with this green and white game coming up, there's a lot of things going on for students on campus as well. This has obviously been a back-to-school week. We started on Wednesday, and Welcome Week has plenty of things for new students and really just students coming back to go do and enjoy themselves, get to know other people, and just see the campus and how the chemistry around the university works. And I know for this game, we have a grill and chill going on beforehand where really it's an opportunity to meet a lot of student athletes here on campus, not just football or volleyball that we have this upcoming weekend.
Right. And I tell you, Courtney Hicks, who is over in student engagement, they've done a great job this week and had fireworks early in the week. And,
that was cool.
And I think, we want our students to be involved with all of our athletics, come to the games, make our student section powerful, and I think, this deal that she's doing, with the grill and chill before the scrimmage, tomorrow night, I think that's going to be great because we'd love them to come over after they spend some time there to watch the scrimmage and sit in the student section and get a feel for that. That's just something we always wanted it to be better here. We want our students to stay around on weekends, be part of volleyball games, football games, because that's huge, not only for our student athletes, but for the students to be involved. Our band's going to be there tomorrow night, at our scrimmage. And, we just need to continue to create that spirit and what it means to be a college student and be part of those student sections. It's UAM, and we don't need to be any different than any other college that has it. We want to be the same, and we want that to improve, and we're going to do everything we can to help that because, look, we got a great university here, and we need to continue to make it more and more attractive for students to choose to come to school here, whether you're a student athlete or a student. And I think these things that Courtney and her crew they're doing is going to be a big deal. So I'm excited for it, and like I said, it's the first step into many things that we're going to have going on this year.
Absolutely. And I know as of today, is it that we have 2 weeks before the first official football game? I believe it's today.
Yeah, we got Southern Naz on September 1st, Thursday night there at Southern Naz, right outside Oklahoma City. So it's coming. And look, volleyball, they got their tri-match, and then they're on the road. They're going to be in their tournaments as well. But I think for us, football-wise, with the green-white, everybody that's going to be there gets to meet volleyball team, the cheer squad, and our guys are going to be, playing. And, we got Scott Saffold going to be coaching one of the teams. Michael Fakouri is going to be coaching the other. And we're very grateful for those guys. We actually met with them today. Me, Walker, and Ryan met with them just to sort of talk about the call sheet and that kind of thing. And they're both excited about the opportunity tomorrow night. So it's hopefully the environment will be really good, and then Saturday it'll roll right over into Saturday, and it'll be great for the volleyball as well.
Absolutely. So how does this going to work with them being in control, not necessarily in control, but have a say in how the teams play? I know it's them versus each other.
Right.
How's this going to go?
Well, I mean, they have a call sheet, so they get to make the calls. There'll be times during the scrimmage that I want our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, Ryan and Walker, to make calls, but there'll be times where each one of those guys will be able to make the offensive calls, and they can let our defensive coordinator, Walker, know that if they want to blitz maybe, on this play, he'll call a blitz. But, they're going to be in control of it, and it's fun. And I think if you talk to those two guys, Scott has done it before. He bid on it before at one of our auctions, and this is Michael's first go at it. But it's the conversations between that they get to hear with coaches. And Scott particularly tell you how funny it is because sometimes those conversations get intense. Yeah. Sometimes they're just funny. During a game, I mean, you're pretty serious, but there's going to be moments where something's going to be said that you'll never forget. Do you remember when you said this? And it's one of those things that's pretty funny. So that part of it will be really interesting. But we we're just excited that they're going to be part of it, and our kids are excited about that opportunity too.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, man.
So another big thing coming up with sports this season is let's talk tickets. I know we've talked about a big push for this Team Green package, and I still think it's an incredible opportunity that we've come up with where you can support all of our student athletes around this campus, really.
Yep. And you know the thing about it, Ryan, and we're trying to do some things differently. Not saying everything's going to work, but we got to try, and so we're going to continue to sell season tickets for football, and we have, and volleyball as well. But the Team Green package was just a way to try to get more people to come to more of our sports. We have a lot of people that really love softball, love baseball, just football or volleyball or basketball. We got people that go watch our golf and cross country teams compete in our cheer squad. But we want more of them to come to all of them. I think just experiencing that would probably bring them back, and so that was the purpose of doing it. But with change, sometimes it makes people a little bit nervous. But we're trying to do some changes that are positive, and I think by at our volleyball games, we're going to do some things there as far as gate wise to create some revenue, truthfully, that we haven't done in the past. Same thing with baseball and softball, and sometimes people have to get used to that. But I mean, if you jump on board with one of these seat sponsorships, it's really a great deal. I mean, when you look at it, in comparison to some other places. So look, we're going to keep pushing them, and hopefully more and more people will realize what we're trying to do. We're just trying to make our athletic department better to help our individual sports to grow. And we're trying to build new things. We're like. We'll talk a little bit more about the PCC here in a minute, but we're trying to build things, and we want to do our part from athletics because we have a chancellor that has been tremendously supportive and continues to be supportive and understands that we have to do some things differently to keep up with everybody in our conference. And by doing that, we feel in athletics that we have to do our part, like I said earlier. And so, change is scary sometimes, but we got to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, I agree. Change can be quite scary, especially if you're not used to things moving forward as quickly as they seem to be here.
Right.
I know I've tried to do some changes with the media things of our department, right. And I know that a big focus for all of us is just the experience here. We want to push a better experience, just a bigger, keep moving forward with that. I know you said we talk about the PCC here in a second,
right.
But things like that keep moving this institution forward in terms of athletics really, I think, benefits everybody.
Yep, it does. And it keeps you competitive, because those are important when you're recruiting young men and women to come to your university to play sports. Look, what they're coming to is important to them. We do want those student athletes that put a little bit of depth in their thought process. What type of coaches are there? What kind of teammates will they have? That's the most important thing. What kind of education are they going to get? But then there's some facilities is important as well. And so we have to keep moving forward. And doing some of the things that we're doing, I think, is the right way. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect every time. I'm not saying everybody's going to be happy about it every time. But we have UAM's athletic department best interests at heart here. We want to do right by our university, by our chancellor, and by this athletic department and our student athletes that are part of it. And we got great coaches that understand that part, and it's going to take time. Because I can promise you, as AD, I'm not going to make all the right decisions, but I will say this. I'm going to trust the people that we have hired to do their job. And that's, for me, the most important thing, because it's not going to be done by one person. It's going to take a group of people that have great ideas to keep moving this athletic department forward. So that's what our goal is here.
You said it best, Coach. Now let's talk PCC. I know we started some progress on it here recently. Can you kind of give me where do you think we are on it so far?
Well, you probably got a better feel for it over here every day. I'm here, a couple hours during the day, and I tell you, if y'all ever have opportunity here in the next couple of weeks before this, the health and safety part of our PCC is done, this whole building shakes. They're packing dirt and gravel in that pool and breaking up concrete, and it gets you worried sometimes that the building might fall down, but it's awesome. It's moving so fast.
I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
It is full.
Yeah, it is.
The pool was full.
Yeah.
I blinked. I think I came into work 2 days after they started, and it was full.
That's right.
I couldn't believe it because, I was here for 5 years, and I saw it completely empty.
That's right.
And it was storage in there.
Just
and now
a
to
bunch
see
of
it,
stuff.
windows are all out.
Yeah.
And the pool is gone. It is completely gone. It's really weird to see.
No more
But it's
swimming
really
pool.
cool to see that it's moving as quickly as it is.
You know what's funny is that I had a meeting with Dr. Dawson. She was talking. Me and Garrett May were visiting with her, and it's funny because there was a tractor in the pool.
Yeah.
But when you looked around, you didn't see a ramp, gravel to get in. I don't know how they did it. It was, but
Golf.
but like you said, it was just constant movement in there, and that's an awesome deal because we'll have people show up tomorrow, parents that maybe dropped off their student athlete early for camp, that maybe saw the beginning of this thing, and then they're going to come back in 10 days, 2 weeks at the most, and it's going to be totally different. Yeah. So it's moving really fast. Like I said, there's a lot of things happening with that, and the more people see, the more they're going to be willing to give. Because look, we need everybody's help. I mean, it's not just going to happen. We have to continue to ask people for help, and we have had a ton of it. We've had some really big donors that are just amazing people that probably don't want their name mentioned, and so I'm going to honor that. But a lot of people know who they are. They have been great, but we need everybody's help, Ryan, to be able to get this project completed. And the more that we can show, we'll have a camera in there before long when things start moving so people can see. But I can't say it enough. If you're a lover of UAM, this university and this athletic department, we need your help. And there's many ways to do it. And just come by and see us, and we can explain that to you.
Absolutely. Things have been moving forward quite quickly here, and I know everybody around here is getting more excited the closer we get to seeing things completed.
Yeah.
And like you said, the more things get done, the more athletes enjoy coming here and
That's right.
being a part of this university. And it just, for the future references, it makes it so much cooler to see.
Yep.
And I'm excited for it.
Well, it's good to hear that. I mean, you're a former student athlete here, and you were here when things were starting to slowly move and a trend in a good direction. Now you're in the middle of it. You're a big part of it, and we're happy that you're here. And I'll tell you, sort of leading away a little bit. One of the other programs we talked about, Paint the Town Green, that Becky Phillips and the athletic committee here at our university want to be involved in something, and we talked about this at a meeting during the springtime, I believe it was, and we got our stickers in, and we sent our athletic crew out, and it's been wonderful. A lot of businesses have been very supportive. Like I said, this Paint the Town Green, all it is we just want the businesses to show anybody that comes through their doors that they are a supporter of UAM athletics. And so we got these stickers going up now, and we've had it's been great. People have been very, very understanding what we're trying to get accomplished here. We're not asking those businesses for anything. We just want them to say, hey, we're UAM supporters, and they'll have T-shirts on game days to wear so people can see them in their boll weevil green and blossom green. So that's a big deal, and very excited about that. We had a bunch of stuff happening, and people were probably saying, man, y'all doing too much. Well, the way I try to get things is just let's do some ideas and see what happens, and a few of them have taken off, and we're going to continue to paint the town green and just get people to jump on board of what we're trying to get done here.
Amen. Say UAM is just, for me personally, it's become more than just a school. I've fallen in love with the place. That's why I came back to work here.
Right.
So always to see progress and to see support of this university it's very interesting, and I enjoy it a lot.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And I think like I said, we got a great staff here doing a lot of great things. And I just want to let people know that do watch this podcast. I think it's really neat to do it this way. This is how our society is moving, and we want people to be able to see how we feel and read our faces and understand that this is exciting to us, and we want you guys to come by and visit us and let us know that you're all in too, because that's what it's going to take. And Ryan, I appreciate it again. I guess we'll have another one here in another 10, 12 days, maybe right before we kick off our season. Volleyball will have started, and we'll have a little bit more to talk about with them. But can't wait till the next podcast, man.
Me either. Coach, thank you for coming on with me. I do appreciate it.
Yeah,
and thank you all for watching and listening to this. It is something that we enjoy doing, and we get a lot of information out relatively quickly compared to just having to send release after release after release, which we still will.
Right.
But this is just this one big thing to push it all out and so you can quickly enjoy. So thank you all again for watching and listening. We do appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you here for the next one.